right. And Kate, I'm unmuting. All right, Kate, you should see it in about a second. And
Okay.
we have the first applicant in, and I am also bringing in the owner of the property as well, Mr. Damien. Biles. All right, everyone's in for number one. You guys can get started.
All right, first application is application 20068 of 69 Comac Road Co-op, property located in North Babylon. Have the name and address for the record, please.
Name and address is 58 Irving Place,
Hear
Woodmere,
you.
New York.
And I just turned you off on the YouTube.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that name.
Yeah, could you just repeat the name, please?
Ziegler of PEB Design Group. Address is 158 Irving Place, Woodmere, New York, 11598.
Okay. And the applicant's also on, I believe?
The applicant was supposed to be on. I'm not sure if he's on right now.
No, he is
Yes, I'm
on. There he is. He's good.
Okay. I need your name and address for the record too, please.
Damon DaCosta. You need my house address?
Yeah.
190 Daly Road, East Port, New York, 11731.
Do you both affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, for the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 21st, 2020. There is a letter from a citizen, William Vogel, with some concerns about what is going on in the garage. Survey by Frank Ward dated December 21st, 2019. Tax map acting as an area map
And 5 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
okay. Would you gentlemen like to tell us about the application?
Okay, well, we're seeking a variance for a detached garage, which is closer than the permitted allowable setback for the one-car accessory structure. And there is a shed attached to the garage, which is approximately 1 foot off the property line. Now, this structure has been there for probably 40 some odd years. This is the garage and the shed. We're seeking to maintain what's been there for all these years, unchanged, other than the fact that Mr. Costa plans on cleaning it up. He wants to continue to use it for storage. Damien, maybe you could add a little to that on what you plan on storing and using the garage for, other than storing a vehicle.
Well, the garage is being used as which is mostly lumber for furnishes and stuff like that. The lumber is being used for the building of cabinets. So far, we have just cleaned up the outside and put new siding on. About it, as far as the garage goes.
Damien is the new owner of the property. How long have you had owned the property?
I think it was August last.
Okay, anything else, gentlemen?
I think that's it.
Mr. DaCosta, may I ask for your address again? Did you say it was 190 Daly Road?
That's my house address, yes.
And where is that?
East Northport.
Okay, so is the house vacant now or occupied?
It's occupied.
Do you plan on moving there?
No, I have tenants that have a rental permit in place, but they won't issue it until this situation has been cleared up.
I
So
see.
I have it ready to go and be fine.
Okay. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Shepherd.
So do you have a copy of the planning comments? Either of you?
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do either of you have a copy of the planning comments?
No. Do you,
Okay, I'll
Damon?
read,
Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'll read the last sentence to you. Should the board wish to grant this relief, planning asks that the applicant explain the use of the garage, which you have, and agree to a condition that the building not be used for manufacturing or assembly. Would you agree to those conditions?
Yes.
Okay,
Damien?
So it's not to be used for manufacturing.
or assembly.
Okay.
Do you agree to those conditions?
Yes.
Okay,
So
I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? I guess I have a question. So has it been used in the past for manufacturing of cabinets or furniture or something of that nature?
before I took the property, the tenants that are there now, he builds cabinets and he was using it for assembly cabinets, correct?
Okay, so with that condition, then you understand that can't continue there. It's a residential zone.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Would anyone like to be heard on this application? I think I asked that already. Okay, we're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. We're going to hold the record open for 1 week to see if there's any other comments from any other people in the public, okay?
Okay, great, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, board.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, you guys are going back to attendees. Oh, who's the other guy? Oh, Paul. Sorry, Paul. All right. They're back as attendees, and I have both people in for number 2 as well. One is a call-in and one is a video. So I'm going to bring in first Irvin. Irvin, bringing you in as panelist. And the phone number 232. All right. And I'm bringing in the representative, Mike.
Good afternoon, Mike Contrin from Allure Home Improvement.
Okay.
And this is Irvin, I can hear you.
Okay, so I need from each one of you a name and an address, please.
My name is Mike Contrin from Allure Home Improvement, 1999 Hempstead Turnpike, East Meadow, New York, 11554.
Sir,
My name is Irvin Staff, address 248 West 19th Street, Deer Park, 11729.
okay,
May I have the spelling of Mr. Contra's last name, please?
Sure, that's K-O-N as in Nancy, T-R-Y-N.
Thank you.
okay, you both affirm to tell the truth.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, for the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 21st, 2020.
Yes.
Control, no, we don't have environmental control. We have a survey by land surveyors dated July 18th, 2005. Tax map acting as an area map
And floor plans by Daniel Burko Jr. dated March 30th, 2020. And 5 photographs.
would you like to talk about the application? Mike,
yes.
would you like to tell us about the application?
We are proposing a 3-season attached sunroom to the existing residential residence and a sliding glass door to access a 3-season sunroom. 3-season meaning unconditioned space. 10 foot by 16 foot.
Okay. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Correcchia.
This sunroom, it's going over the existing concrete patio?
No, we have specifications submitted with Dan Burko's architectural drawings for pier footings, girders, and a deck system as per the manufacturer specs and obviously New York State code for their deck and the entire kit by Joyce Manufacturing.
But I'm saying on the side of that, on the north side of the property, on the house, that's where the sunroom is going?
Yes.
The right side, yes.
Yeah, and it looks, on the survey, it looks like it's got a concrete patio there now.
That's being removed.
Okay. And how wide did you say it was? It was 10 feet from the home.
The projection is 10 feet and the width is 15 foot 11.
Okay. All righty. Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions. Oh, one other thing. Did you read the planning? The planning memo says that if you agree that the sunroom not be heated, would you agree to that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
No further questions.
Representing the law, that is not our intention. We are not including conditioned space with this project. No heat, no air conditioning.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? The record, there are none. So we're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. We're going to keep the record open for 1 week for further comments. You'll get the decision in the mail then. All right. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, give me 1 second. Losing track of the numbers here. Oh, I think you hung up. All right, we have both in for number 3, so I'm going to bring in Ricardo Lewis. Lewis promotes a panelist, and I will ask if he had another person labeled. So Ricardo, do you have someone else? I have Denise here as well. Are you guys good, or should I be looking for Denise? Looks like he's
Mute.
Yes, hello?
Hey, what's going on, Ricardo? I have a Denise on the list here. Are you with Denise, or should I be looking for her?
She should be on there now.
917. I don't see her. I only saw you. I don't see Denise.
Oh, but she's my wife, but it's okay.
All right.
I'm at work and she's at home.
All right, no problem. I don't see her, but if you're up to giving the presentation, we're good to go.
Okay.
All right. Name and address for the record, please.
My name is Ricardo Lewis. Address is 175 Lincoln Avenue in Deer Park, New York, 11729.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
For the record, planning division memo dated July 21st, 2020. Survey by William Hogan dated February 28th, 2020. Tax map acting as an area map
And 4 photographs and a floor plan / pool plan by HM Engineering dated March 4th, 2020.
Would you like to tell us about your application?
Yeah, my recommendation is about an existing shed and pulling a pool, proposing a pool. The shed is it's a few inches too big, which made the overall square footage over about 4 feet. The pool, I think the problem with it is the workable area, and I'm trying to get the variance to approve it.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Correcchio.
I see that the affidavit of posting has been filed. When was the sign taken down?
Sign was taken down on 2 days ago, which today
Okay,
is.
so it was up for 10 days.
I put it up July 4th.
Okay. So basically just the shed, if the shed was to be moved or rebuilt, you would agree to replace it in a conforming location.
And I was trying to accept the 2 foot as opposed to the 8 foot.
Right.
No.
What I'm saying is if that shed has to be moved or you choose to rebuild it, you'll rebuild it in a conforming location? You'll agree to that?
Doesn't have to come.
Yes.
Okay. And I see that the pool, they're already digging the hole for the pool, right?
Huh?
They're already started construction on the pool?
No, it's not started yet.
Okay. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board?
No.
Would anyone like to be heard on this application?
Yes, I have someone registered, so I'm gonna bring them in. Give me 1 second. I think this is gonna be it. Oh no, here. Cheryl, I think this is, I have nothing adds up on the, Cheryl? I have a Shell and then I have a Galaxy, but I think that's a Galaxy phone. I'm asking her to unmute. Cheryl, Cheryl?
Yes.
Would you like to speak on this application? I have
No,
someone.
I have no questions about it. I live close
Are
by.
you Cheryl? You were the
Yes.
one who was interested.
I'm
Okay.
Cheryl.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so we're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week for further comments, and you'll get the decision in a minute.
All right, Ricardo, thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Take it easy. All right, I have Paul in for application number 4, so I'm going to bring him in now. All the time. Paul?
Yeah,
Good? All
yeah,
right,
can you see us?
we can't see you. You can opt on if you'd like. Let me see. There you go. You should be good. There you go.
Okay.
Name and address for the record, please.
Paul Jr. and Christine Buffa at 145 Plymouth Street, West Babylon, New York, 11704.
And do you both affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated July 21st, 2020. A survey by Michael Scalise dated January 2nd, 2020.
Mhm.
A tax map acting as an area map, and
I have floor plans by Ray Donner Architect dated April 12th, 2020, and a number of photographs,
Yeah,
like 12.
there should be a couple of sets of plans there.
Yep. We have the plans and the photographs and everything the chairman just said, so we should be good.
Okay.
okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
We are trying to put a dormer on the house and legalize a garage, a shed, and a deck.
Okay. I will turn the hearing over to Mr. Weinschenk.
Thank you. So the dormer is going to go straight up from the existing side yards? You're not asking to come any closer?
No, it's just gonna, yeah,
Straight
straight up.
Okay. And the garage and the carport are directly behind, in front and behind each other. What is the use of the garage? Can the garage be used as a car?
Well, there's a car in it, but we keep tools in there. My husband and my son, they work on antique cars. We just refinished a 55 Chevy. So that's in the garage now, but it was a shed. It was bought from Shed Kingdom. It doesn't have a concrete bottom, so we didn't know that we needed to get a permit for it, like a permanent structure.
Now, that's the carport. What about the garage? In the back?
The garage is where the car is. The carport doesn't have a car under it.
Okay, what does the carport, what are you using the carport for?
To work on a car to keep the sun off of you. Because they
You're
do.
working on the cars in the
Our own
carport.
personal cars.
Yeah,
I see,
my son is restoring a personal vehicle. My husband just finished restoring a personal vehicle.
I see. Okay, and the shed, would you agree that if the shed has to come down for some reason, it'd be replaced in a legal location?
Yeah,
Okay. I have no further questions.
So, I don't know if did you get a copy of the planning memo?
meaning,
The paperwork it should be a planning memorandum. Planning and Development, Planning Division. Did you get any paperwork from the town?
just with the date that had today's hearing on it.
Okay, so let me read you the last.
Itinerary of who was going to be in the meeting.
Okay. So should the board wish to grant relief, planning staff would recommend denial of variance number 5 and ask that the carport be removed as it is only approximately 1.4 from the neighboring dwelling to the south. Planning staff would also ask that if the shed is ever moved, okay, you answered that question already,
Yeah.
that it be rebuilt in a legal location. So tell us about the carport. Can that be moved, or it's 1.4 is very close to the neighboring property?
No, sorry, Mr. Chairman. That's 1.4 to the property line, and I believe about 6 feet to the neighboring the neighboring dwelling. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So is it possible to move the carport is the question,
Or to remove it.
or remove it?
Oh, well,
It's movable. It's just legged into the concrete. It's not like a permanent structure. It's just for the wind. It's leg bolted to the concrete.
it can be moved.
I mean, we struggle with, that close to the property line is what the problem is. And, in the past we've had that. I mean, if it's possible to be moved, how far do you think you could move it possibly?
Not too far.
Not too far.
Not too far.
That's what I'm looking at.
House.
I'm looking at the survey, actually.
It doesn't have sides on it. An overhang on the top.
So this is is this like the carports that you buy with the kind of like a canvas carport kind of thing?
Almost. It's just made out of aluminum.
It has the aluminum roof on it.
Gotcha. All right, any other questions from the board?
No.
No.
Would anyone like to be heard on this application?
Ryan?
Okay, I'm gonna close the record, reserve decision. I mean, we're gonna close the hearing, reserve decision. Keep the record open for any comments from anyone. We'll get the decision in the mail.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right. Number 5, we have Karen in. I'm going to bring her in now. Promote to panels. Karen? There you go. Karen, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Well,
Need your name and address for the record, please.
Karen and Michael Matassa on 195 West Islip Road, West Islip, 11795. Terrible echo.
Do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, boy.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated June 23rd, 2020. We have a survey by PJM Land Surveying dated February 18th, 2019. Tax map acting as an area map. And
no, I can't find this one. 4 photographs. Oh, here we go. Have this one in a different spot. 4 photographs and a floor plan. No architect.
okay, do you have a copy of the planning memo?
I don't think so. I'm not exactly sure what document you're referring to.
Karen,
Okay.
it should look like this. Sorry.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
Oh, the copy of the sheet that you sent us? Yes.
Take a copy of that? Okay. So just, we're going to go through the hearing, but right at the bottom there, number one, the subject premises are to be owner occupied either through first story business use or second story apartment. Ownership requirements shall be satisfied by property owner's personal use and occupancy of either unit. That would be if we were going to lift the covenants and restrictions.
Right.
Okay. All right. So what would you like to tell us about the application?
Just that the restriction has been in place since 1972. We've owned the location for 14 years. We've been in business for 35 years. We're always there. We're a security business. We just want to be able to rent out the upstairs. And we don't have a problem, you know, whatever restriction you put owner occupied, as long as one of the areas are owner occupied. I do understand there's other residents or offices that are like that, so I just wanted to be able to do the same.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Shepherd.
Okay, so let me ask, is your office the Allstate office?
No, we're Panther Security.
Okay. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Okay, so I'm going to close the hearing.
Wait, Pam, Pam?
Yes. I'm sorry, I need her street address.
Okay, I knew somebody was chiming in.
195 West Islip Road.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for 1 week for further comment. We'll get the decision in the mail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.
All right, we have everyone in for application number 6, so I'm going to bring in Mr. Kretz and the team for education bus transportation.
Mr. Kratz.
And Sean. There you go. If you guys, I don't know who's giving the presentation, but I brought you all in.
If you're asking, Steve Press, I'm the attorney for the applicant, and we also have who has developed.
You're breaking up a little bit, Steve.
Yeah, you guys are a little low.
We're low? Okay.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Is that any better?
Yep.
Okay. All right. If you need more adjustment, I will work on it.
Name and address for the record.
My address is.
You're coming in and out, Steve. You're coming in and out. We heard you good before, and then we just lost you a little bit.
All right, I'll get a little closer to the mic.
There you go.
Okay. I don't. We are here for the applicant. Huh? The address of my office is 694 Avenue, Lindenhurst.
Steve, stay right there. Stay right there. Right where your head just was, looking down. We had perfect audio. As soon as you moved, it went away. Nope. You got to look down.
Back up.
Back up a little bit. Perfect. Try it.
Okay.
A little closer.
Testing.
A little over.
Testing.
Perfect.
There you go.
Charlie thinks you folks are playing with me. Now, if that was the case,
We're not. We're really not.
Don't move.
we are also here online together with Ron Gambini, who is one of the chief operators of the educational bus empire, shall we say. And a very integral member of the
Oh, we lost you again.
I haven't moved. I
There you
haven't changed the angle of my head. I'm sorry. We've used this one before and it didn't give us this trouble, but I'll try.
Okay.
This is as indicated in the Planning Department memorandum that has been distributed to all of us, that it's an acre, 5.8 acre site in the West Babylon, the hamlet of West Babylon, not too far from the landfill there. And the client has been in operation for some time and has facilities throughout the state of New York, including Nassau County. Are we doing okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. They have been at this particular site for a long time and have acquired additional parcels along at the perimeter of the original site, including
Steve, can't hear you again.
that came from
There you go.
Okay.
Losing you.
On Mayhem.
Steve, we're losing you.
Hello.
Mic check. Give me another shift again. To the left a little bit, to your right a little bit more. There you go. Try that.
Okay.
There you go.
Testing. Okay. Thank you. And they have incorporated these other lots into the design of the parcel that we wish to use for the operation, to add it to their overall group. They are one of the, if not the largest employer of Town of Babylon residents as a facility in the Town of Babylon. That was a status that they enjoyed not too long ago. I imagine that can wax and wane from time to time, especially with the schools being relatively quiet these days. But they operate a very, very efficient operation there. The subject lot is approximately 5.8 acres in site. It's primarily one story. They have acquired this site for maintenance of their vehicles, and for storage of the vehicles when they're not being used, which is during the school year, typically just overnight with a few spares here and there. And they have a system that they've always used at the many locations throughout the state, including at least one that we worked on recently in Nassau County, that they swap the spots between the buses and the automobiles of the drivers of the buses. So the driver pulls in the morning, and Charlie could probably explain this better because he's had to explain it to everybody else. But they pull in, they leave their car running outside where the bus is, they pull the bus out, they pull the car in, and then they go about their business to pick up the kids and then take them to school. When they come back, they swap it out again. And it has worked very successfully in so many other places that we are confident. And I think the planning department was reasonably satisfied with the proposal to handle it that way. Oh, by the way, there is a point of correction that we would like to bring up with respect to a comment made in the Planning Division memorandum. it said that the planning board application had not yet been approved. Well, between the time this was written probably and today, it was approved on July 13th, 2020. And the site plan approval is now on the books and in the department. I think we at least discussed it with Pam Green, and we can provide it to anyone who needs it, but it's in town hall right now.
Yep, I've seen the resolution. That was my mistake, and thank you, Steve.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Brian. Let's see. We went to the zoning board in 2017, and obtained approvals for all of that. The time to extend that is next January. We will, of course, do that in the normal course of things. And, you know, God willing, that'll be approved again, and we'll keep on going. Okay. That's the main gist of it. You've seen the site plan. I'm sure it is a pretty impressive job that Charlie's done with designing that and laying it out on paper and seeing just how efficiently a site of this size can be used to accommodate so many vehicles of transportation. If you have any questions for me or for Charlie, we would be happy to discuss them with you.
Okay, we'll turn the hearing over to Mr. Weinschenk.
Thank you. Steve, you mentioned just a minute ago about something had to be, is being renewed in July next year. Is that what I heard? It was hard to tell exactly.
Yeah, so I was taking that from the planning department memorandum that I guess you'd call it the third paragraph from the bottom. It says the applicant was last approved for the existing site by the ZBA 2017 item 221. And we are seeking to expand on that approval. The approval does not expire until January 2021 is what it says.
Okay.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah, somehow or other, I missed that. Okay.
Sorry, Tom. Sorry.
No, my fault. I apologize. Other than that, I have no further questions.
Oh,
thank you.
I just have a quick question, Steve. So that approval, are these two separate approvals that are going to be for the site?
Oh.
Well, the approval that well, that's a good question. Nikki, you would have to ask the hard one. I think what we do is we tag on to that and extend this hopefully beyond 2021.
And then it'll be one approval. We'll extend the well, I mean, if we were to do it, we would extend the existing approval to match up what we would approve tonight. So it's one approval.
I didn't want to seem to be too greedy, but yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay. I didn't say I was going to do it. I just said
that guy's got to try.
Okay, that's fine.
Of course, Steve, if we do that, you get cheated out of a fee.
Well, that occurred to me, Tom, but I figured that these guys deserve being treated fairly, and I'm all for that. They're a great group. They really are.
Okay.
And just for the board to note, all the lots will be merged as a result of this application. So they'll move forward, you know, as one in the future.
Thanks, Brian. Okay, did I ask, anybody want to be heard on this application? I don't think there was anybody, right? Okay, we're going to close the hearing. Decision. We're going to keep the record open. Any other comments?
I'm sorry, did you say something to me, Mick?
Yeah, we're going to close the hearing, reserve decision. We're going to keep the record open for 1 week in case there are any further comments. And you guys will get in the mail.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So that that concludes the hearings that were scheduled for tonight. Now we're going to reopen, right, for some of June's hearings as well. So give me 1 second. I'm going to, oh, they all left. Awesome. And if you guys are ready, I'll bring in the rep for application number 2051, Russell Harris. Bringing in Steve, and I don't see Russell, so I think Steve's got it.
Russell's going to join in a few seconds.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Steve Appelt. Address is 41 Leaside Drive, Great River, New York. Architect for the applicant.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
We have a planning division memo dated June 18, 2020. Environmental control memo dated June 12, 2020. And that's what I have.
Oh, sorry. And we have plot plan by Steve. Sorry, Steve. The title's over it. Steve, what's your last name? Oh, Steve F.
Mm-hmm.
Dated December 20th, 2009. Someone's giving me feedback.
Okay, what would you like to tell us about the application? We heard this application, so.
Correct.
It'll be kind of brief.
Yeah, with the work was started without a permit. We're applying to continue work. We received a stop work order. Unbeknownst to the owner and the contractor, they were over on their lot coverage. The foundation's already poured. Otherwise, we would comport to the zoning requirements, but seems we're 1.1% over, or 157 square feet.
Any questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Pam, we can move these, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve application 20051.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks for coming down again. We appreciate it.
Thank you all. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks, Steve. All right. I'm going to bring in Mike Bucello. He is application number 20-55.
Mike?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry, let me just start my video.
Okay.
That should be going on now. Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody again.
You're out at the beach again?
Yeah, I'm at the beach. I figured why not, right? It's 100 degrees outside or close to it, so.
Your name and address for the record, please.
Sure, it's the number 10 Marionette Walk, Lindenhurst, New York, 11757.
Hey, do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a planning division memo dated June 18, 2020. A environmental control memo dated June 12, 2020. We were missing Suffolk County Planning. We must have that by now, right?
Or objections.
We don't have anything noted that there's nothing missing in this application.
Okay, no, because that's what I have. There's a note inside
Mhm.
stuff that came out, so. Okay. What would you like to tell us about the application?
Yeah, we were heard prior. We're just putting up a front porch of the house. Want to keep it open, fully open, not enclosed. Will not do that. We just want to have it for aesthetics on the home and keep the weather out and also enjoy the summer weather when it's not as humid as it is today. So I would like to know if we could go ahead with that. Nothing's been done. My contractor is waiting for the permit to come on, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the board?
Somebody shut up.
Any questions from the board?
Nope.
No.
There's nobody on this one, right, Brian?
Nope, nope, no.
Okay. We'll make a motion to approve application 20055.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks for coming back down again. We
Thank you, sir. When can I pick up the permit? Or will it get mailed in? I'm not sure. I just have to let my contractor know. It's up to you guys. I could care less.
Yeah.
I'd say give it a week. The decision still needs to be typed and signed.
No problem. Sounds good. Thank you very much. And enjoy the rest of your summer, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And Mr. Chairman, the record is open on all of them, so they don't, the items no longer, don't need to be repeated in. So the purpose is just to allow any individuals who wanted to speak on the applications.
Got it.
All right, for number 3, we have Lucas coming back in for LI Prestige Auto Service. Lucas, I'm going to promote you to panelist.
Good afternoon. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Need a name and address for the record.
Lucas Sokol, 127 5th Street, Lindenhurst, New York, 11757.
This is application 20029. Everything was read in on first hearing on these applications.
May I have the spelling of his last name, please?
It's Sokol.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none, okay? I will make a motion to approve application 20029.
Second.
Oh.
Specify the number.
To operate a public garage for auto repair. So is this a renewal or is this brand new?
It's not a renewal.
Not a renewal. Okay, I will make a motion to approve this application 2029 for a period of 1 year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Again, thanks for coming back down. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so very much. Have a good day.
So,
Thank you, Lucas. All right, for application number 20-31 K9 Plus Corp, we have 3 people. Let me make sure they're all there. If not, I'll bring in who is here. I have Dana. I have Joseph. Or I'm looking. No, I don't have Joseph, but I think they might be together. And Tom Walsh, I'm going to bring in as well. All right. Dana, you're good. Tom, I'm going to ask you to unmute, and then you guys, like I said, you guys gave your presentation. So.
Yep.
okay, name and address for the record, please.
Name Dana, D-A-N-A, Security, S-E-C-R-E-T-I, at 1011 Grand Boulevard, Deer Park, New York, 11729.
And you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
So again, we heard this application prior on June the 18th. Everything has already been read into the record. Is there anything that you would like to add at this time?
No, I mean, I had the fire marshal items I got finished. I'm just waiting for when he gets back, I believe Monday. So hopefully I'll get it, I'll get in touch with him so he can come down to re-inspect.
Okay, so that's not totally complete yet. He's been there, but he's got to re-inspect, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I called 2 days ago and I mentioned I had the hearing and I was ready for inspection, but he's on vacation and they couldn't get someone else down here.
Mr. Chairman, number 9 in the correspondence is the updated fire marshal report.
Okay, and we're. Hold on a second.
Been approved, right?
Okay, all right, so we have the updated fire marshal's report, and they have no objections to the application.
Okay.
So you're good on that end too, so.
Okay.
Is there any other questions from the board?
This one would require a neg deck, Vicky.
Okay.
And we may want to just restate the recommended condition. It was noted at the time of the hearing. The recommended condition from planning is that the site would be cleaned of animal waste daily.
And you agree?
Yes.
To that? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right, and I will make a motion to adopt a negative declaration on application 20031.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and I will make a motion to this, Mr. Correggio. John, I'd like to turn this over to Mr. Correggio.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve application 20031 as recommended with the condition that the animal waste be cleaned up on a daily basis.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, again, thanks for coming down again. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. I think we have just one more. One sec, I got my last little list of people here. All right. So this is application number 20-62, Linzer Products Corp. They have a large team, so I'm going to be bringing in Brian Silva. And then, you know what? I'll just bring in Brian. I'll bring in everyone. I don't want to leave anybody out. I have everyone here listed. So I'm going to bring in Brian, Leonard, Tony, Tom, Chris, Steve, and Steve. Steve. I'm actually starting to run out of people here, so I don't think I have all of them, but you guys let me know if I'm missing anyone. I'm bringing in Tom, and I think the only one here, Liz Ishkin. Oh, and Leonard. Oh, here we go. And then there's a Galaxy S9. Let me know if that's any of your team.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys are good.
All right, Brian Sensabaugh, Sertillan, Ballin, Adler, and Hyman, 100 Motor Parkway, Hauppauge, New York, 11788.
Okay. Thanks for you guys coming back again to redo this application. Is there anything that you would like to add to your testimony? Everything else is already in the record, including oral correspondence.
No, sir.
You don't have anything you'd like to add? Okay.
Nothing new at this time.
Any questions from the board?
No.
We have anybody that wants to be heard on this application, Brian, or?
Yes, we have a couple of people. I'll bring in the first person I recognize here, bringing in Michelle and Robert. Michelle, Robert, are you there?
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Need your name and address for the record, please.
Michelle Clark. And it's also Robert Black. Address is 23 EYRE Place.
And do you both affirm to tell the truth?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, what would you like to tell us about this application?
Okay. So my question is, I want to know, what are the hours of operation? Because trucks are running from 5 a.m. They start pulling in.
Okay, we'll find out. I'll bring the applicant back up. Do you have any other concerns?
About the trash also that's been on the fence, which I think we said that from before when we first went in person. the trash that's and the dumpster that they have filled up, that is a total mess. We have a video, but we can't submit a video.
Yeah, it's a little, we're doing the best we can with these things. So, okay, anything else for us?
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Somebody else, Brian?
Yep, I have a couple more, so I'm going to bring in Lisa. And Lisa, you there?
Hello.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes. My name is Lisa Cooper. My address is 17 Erie Place, which is EYRE. And I'm here with my husband, Anthony Cooper.
Okay.
We actually live next door to the Blacks family
Okay.
at 23. My question is, okay, I see Michelle did inquire about the hours of operation, which she said that they start at 5 in the morning. Well, the last meeting we attended, they said that their hours were, I think, 6 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the evening, Monday through Friday. But when I sit on my deck, I can see the rubbish from the dumpster. I was going to try to see if I could take a picture of it, but there's rubbish from the dumpster that's an eyesore from my deck. The hours on the weekend, I'm not sure, if y'all have weekend operating hours, but the trucks are a disturbance. And I'm up late. I hear trucks running past midnight on the weekend. I think that's unacceptable. What are they going to propose to us as far as privacy? Because, there is a neighboring at the end of the block. They actually put up a fence for privacy, but what are they going to continue around for privacy for the rest of the residents? And the neighbor provided that on their expense.
They are proposing an 8-foot fence in the front and the rear.
And is that going to border?
Is that proposed?
Is that they provide that? Is that proposed?
That is part of the variance hearings that they're asking for that as a variance because you can't have a fence in more than 6 feet without a variance. So they are proposing to put the 8-foot fence up.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's 8 foot high with black vinyl slats.
One at a time.
Kind of like the little cheap fence that they have up there right now. Not the white fence, but there's like a wire fence. There's a chain link fence that's there that's kind of crappy.
Okay. Well, I'll ask them about that. We will bring them back up and we'll ask about what kind of fence it's going to be.
Okay. It would be nice if it could be coincide with the other fence that's there. But again, as far as privacy, what are they going to provide as far as their operating hours? Because, we have young kids in the house, my house and my neighboring houses also. 1 o'clock in the morning on a weekend, that's kind of like, it's really kind of disturbing. And then sometimes I guess they're unloading trucks, but then they have to make, voices from, I guess, the vehicle operators is a disturbance. And also their intercom system inside the building, I can hear from my bedroom. They have to, they have to fix that. And that's been going on for years, many years.
Okay, thank you.
After, I don't want to say you get used to it, but nah, I don't want to live the rest of my life here getting used to inconvenience. But, they're just going to have to provide some kind of something for us, Years ago, there used to be woods that blocked the garbage, but now, since they knocked those trees down, we see the whole back of the building and it's nothing but garbage.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Thank you. We're going to bring them back and we're going to try and answer all your questions for you, okay? Brian, have anybody else?
Thank you, Lisa. I'm gonna bring in, I have another Lisa, Lisa McQueen. And that's the last, in the meeting here. Sec.
Lisa?
Hey, Lisa, you there? I saw her raise her hand, so I know she's here. She raised her, you're able to raise your hand in the
You have to
webinar.
unmute.
Okay,
You got the
I'm
mute on.
here.
All right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, I'd like to know. I'm Lisa McQueen Stalling at 191 Albany Avenue. My house faces Albany, but my backyard faces Erie Place. I'm on the Fork. Are
Okay.
they covering the entire length of their property and for privacy?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Because I agree with my neighbors on Erie. It is quite noisy, and it's usually after 12. And you know, is the fence that they're putting up is going to, you know, from the noise at night.
Right.
Yeah, we'll find out what's, so there's noise at that hour of the night, there's still noise going on. Lisa?
Lisa, you there? Just sounds like my dog might have needed to go out or something. Lisa? Not sure if I lost her.
All right, hey, Brian, can they still hear me if I read some stuff into the record?
I can.
Yeah, everyone can hear you. So the people that have spoke, Lisa, all the panelists, including the Lindsay team as well.
Okay, so let me just read from the planning memo. The department of recommends the following covenants and restrictions with the property. All non-contained free-blowing made waste debris is removed from the subject property and public properties within 200 feet of a subject property at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily. These are all conditions that if we were to approve it, we would have to abide by. Solid waste and recycling must be properly managed on the site. Any roll-off containers on the site must not be overfilled. All roll-off containers on the site must be properly licensed by the town of Babylon. Baled recyclables must be picked up on a regular basis and not stockpiled on a site with extended period of times. The site must be cleared of any litter on a weekly basis. All loose solid waste and recyclables generated on site must be placed in appropriate containers and not stockpiled on site. Propane storage is to remain as per approved site plan. So these are all things that would be covenants and restrictions that would go with the property if in fact we were to approve this. So now I just want to have the applicant come back in.
Yep, and Mickey, just real quick, I got an email or chat here from Lisa. She muted herself, but had noted that she hears noise after midnight every night, Monday through Sunday.
Okay. So I guess my first question is about the hours of operation and so on. You know, what are we operating every day of the week or?
Can I bring in either Tony or Lenny to provide some insight on that?
That's fine.
Brian, I'm not sure how you want.
My name is Anthony Azentonis. Our operating days are actually,
I just need a name and an address, please.
Anthony Hazentonis, 248 Wyandanch Avenue in West Babylon.
And you affirm to tell the truth.
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
So we have a normal operating 5 days a week. We start at 6, we end about 5:30. We've actually moved the trucks over to the other side of the building, and so there shouldn't be any noise at night. I'm very concerned that someone is saying that 12 o'clock at night, we don't have a functioning operation at that hour.
So there should be nothing basically after 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock at tops, you know, that's going on at night?
There is nobody there. The factory's closed. I mean, we're not physically
And
there.
there's no trucks there running or anything?
I'm sorry, sir?
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're talking over each other. That's what happens with these things. So there's no trucks running or anything like that?
There's no
Is there
business.
anything else around the site besides you?
Once we let the crew out, there is no business.
Okay. Is there any other business around there that could be causing this?
I mean, not to my knowledge.
Okay, all right. So we talked about the trash and stuff like that, and, you know, that's going to be a covenant and restriction should we approve the application, that you have to keep the place clean. Obviously, you know, you need to be a better neighbor, I think, is what it comes down to. So talk to us about the fence, you know, what kind of fence is it going to be and how much of the property and so on?
Anthony, I'll address this one.
You want to address that? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the fencing that we have an 8-foot fence. It has vinyl slats through it, and it extends the entire length of the property. And in addition to the fencing, to try to address some of the issues and concerns of the neighbors, there will also be landscaping that's along the fence line on our side that's being installed. We've also moved the propane storage from what was on the rear along the residential side to the northwest corner of the building, closer to Wyandanch. We're also, within our covenants, agreeing to loading and unloading between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. only on Wyandanch Ave. So there'll be no loading or unloading at all, according to the covenants, in any of that area that abuts the residential side. Also, we've replaced lighting that was along the exterior of the building, and also on the site with dark sky compliant lighting. Previously, this lighting was obviously, it was made in a way that would expose lighting over the property line. So we've tried to address a lot of those concerns there, but the 8-foot fence that we do have, it is a chain link fence with vinyl slats.
Okay. And that's existing, that fence, and you just
No, so we'll be replacing the entire fence line.
going to be replacing the whole fence?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
And I guess my last question, just taking notes, the intercom system, is it that, you know, something we can do about that?
So the intercom system previously used to be played exterior and interior to the building. We've now done away with using the intercom system for the exterior. We've begun using walkie-talkie systems in lieu of the intercom system for the exterior. As to the interior, I believe that there may still be some intercom use going on, but it should be minimal with the walkie-talkies. So to the extent that there can be additional items that can be used through the walkie-talkies, we would use those, but it is an operation that's industrial. And in some instances, you are going to have to use the intercom system to make sure that someone is responding.
Okay. All right, so the hours of operation Anthony mentioned was 6 to 5:30. You're saying nothing to be unloaded from 7 to 7, only between 7 and 7.
If there is any, I think that was to address a lot of the concerns for the neighbors. So there is a loading bay, multiple loading bays on Wyandanch Ave. So the ability to utilize that in lieu of the loading bays that are in the rear of the property that would cause a nuisance in the neighbors, we're trying to utilize those to the extent possible. And agreeing that there would be no loading in the exterior during those times.
Okay.
And then, Mr. Chairman, I just want to, since they've left, they're able to still chat, the attendees. So someone had asked about the intercom, and I'm not sure if we addressed that, so.
Yeah, we just did. They're not using the intercom system outside any longer. They're using walkie-talkies.
Okay, sorry, I was caught up. You just said that, I apologize.
Yeah.
But Brian, are you able to read the comments that are coming through in the chat? The participants are responding to some of the items you're mentioning. So I'm not sure if you read those.
Just give me a second to read it. I can pull it up.
Thank you.
I didn't know which Brian.
Okay,
Sorry.
may I say something?
Yes.
Go ahead, Steve.
Hi, Steve Feldman, architect for the project. This is a really important project. I think it's good for the town. We're consolidating an industry coming from the Bronx to the town of Babylon because they believe in the town of Babylon more than they believe in the Bronx. The neighbors, I think, are terrific. They have been working with us. I want it to be known that it doesn't end tonight. If there are problems moving forward, I'll give you my cell phone number. Everybody will give you their cell phone number. We are available 24/7. It's an industrial piece of property. There are going to be probably some problems because it's industrial. We want to be good neighbors, not just tonight, but always. You can get a hold of us moving forward. I don't care if it's 10 years from now. And to show an example, I was the architect for Narragansett Villas, if anybody remembers that. Tom probably does. But I got an inquiry from a neighbor that wanted to know what the final decision was with something on Narragansett Villas. It's got to be 25 years ago. I'm following through. I'm going to get answers to this gentleman about what happened in that case at that time. So this is not, it goes down tonight and somehow you can't communicate with us. You can communicate with this team forever, I promise.
All right, I think that's the big thing here is that, you know, the neighbors are trying to alleviate their concerns and what their problems are. Hopefully you would be responsible and you have to pull it together. I appreciate that.
In response to the comments, I've read through them. I will talk to the client, obviously, in terms of the intercom volume, and we'll try to address that to the extent possible. With regard to the rear of the building, looking like an abandoned building, I understand that that is going to be cleaned up. There'll be a fresh coat of paint on that, but it should be noted that that back part of the building has been vandalized multiple times. So the client has done their job to cover that to the extent they can, but it can only go so far. So I mean, obviously we're going to put in a fresh coat of paint. We're going to make that look as good as possible. But I think if we're talking about blocks that don't quite match the paint, we've done what the client's done what they can on that.
All right. I mean, you know, again, it's all about being a good neighbor, and I think that's the concern here. And you know, the neighbors have concerns, and you need to work with the neighbors in the neighborhood. Maybe somebody go around and give out, you know, business cards, or you know, if they have a concern that they get in touch with somebody. I think that would be very helpful. You know, to having a better relationship over there. All right.
Understood.
Okay. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming down. We're going to take everything into consideration. I hope we all answered all of your questions. I think we went through mostly everything. I was writing things down as we went. And we're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision on this. You'll get the decision in the mail, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming down, everybody. Thanks for coming down a second time, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Mr. Chairman, shall we continue with the agenda?
Yes, we should.
Okay. Moving on to page 8 of the agenda, there is a request for an extension of time for Gale Grace Manor. This is the first request. The property is located in Copeg.
I make I guess a motion to approve a request for time,
Time for 6 months.
a period of 6 months.
Thank you, Steve.
I'll second.
Second that, by the way.
Second.
Okay. In favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you. Moving on to application 19-278. This is the first extension of time for LG Lindenhurst Associates. The property is located in Lindenhurst.
Okay, Steve, Nick's not on here, right?
I'll do it.
Go ahead, Steve.
I'll make a motion for a motion of change, extension of change for a period of 6 months for application 19-278.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to the remainder of the agenda. We're now on to page 10. P&P Motors remains reserved. VL10 remains reserved. Moving on to page 11, Basilico Materials remains reserved pending planning board. Moving on to page 12, J&J Wanjari Corporation doing business as Christie Smoke Shop remains reserved. Moving on to page 13. Cool, yes. Please see correspondence number 8 in your correspondence, recommending that variance number 3 is deleted and the wording at the end now reads all in connection with the erection of a rear addition. The remainder of that sentence and a 2-car detached garage is deleted. This application is 20-028. The property is located in North Babylon.
Where is that?
We're on page 13, and the application is 20-028.
Okay, that's Lindenhurst.
This is in North Babylon.
That's going to be unmuted as well. There's Kate.
I make a motion to approve application 20-028.
As amended.
As amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Kate, you there?
Yeah, I'm here now. I can hear you.
It has to be unmuted, so I wasn't sure if she needed to.
No, because this one's good to go. It's what the board wanted.
Perfect.
Okay, anything else to add on that, Clete?
No, they moved the garage to 6 feet, the rear yard. which is the big one.
Okay, your changes as your memo have been incorporated in the application.
Good.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to page 14. This is now moving on to the applications that were heard last week, July 23rd. Page 14. The first item is
Just a quick note, it doesn't matter, but last week was July 16th, the 23rd. But that's what the memo.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Not a big deal.
You know what, I'm going off the agenda. I apologize. Moving on to page 14. Thank you. We're now at 20-064 Anthony Bordenaro. This property is located in Deer Park. The recommended conditions were that the rear porch not be further enclosed, and if the shed were relocated, it be moved to a conforming location.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we approve application 20064 with the conditions that the rear porch not be further enclosed and the shed, if relocated, be moved in a conforming location.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I wasn't here.
Thank you. We'll note your abstention for the remainder of the applications from that evening, Mr. Shepherd. Thank you. Moving on to the bottom of page 14, Surston La Macchia. The application number is 20-066. This, I don't believe we have any comments or questions on. This property is located in West Babylon. There are no recommended conditions.
Tom?
Okay, I will make a motion on 20-066 to approve.
Second? Well, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Moving on to page 15, the application is 20-056. Peter Jablonski The affidavit of posting was received. There's been no communication. This property is located in,
West Babylon.
thank you. Thank you.
Somebody make a motion.
Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, I'll make a motion to approve application 20-056.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to the bottom of page 15, the application is 20-061 IPA Asset Management. The property is located in North Babylon. There was a condition recommended from environmental that there not be a basement included in the property.
Not bad. John?
Yeah, I wasn't here, Mickey.
I'll make a motion to approve application 20-061 with a condition.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to page 16, the application is 20-060 Jessica Higgins. The property is located in Farmingdale. The board will recall at last meeting, variance number 3 was deleted. So this will only for variance 1 and 2. So the approval would be as amended, and the recommended condition was that the portico not be further enclosed.
Okay, I'll make a motion. Application 20-060. Know that the portico not closed as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just be aware that there is a number 3 in your correspondence regarding concerns over hours of construction. That's number 3 in your correspondence. There's an email from a neighbor.
Oh, on this one, Pam?
Correct. If they wanted to also include any parameters on hours of construction.
We don't see that.
Should be part of the correspondence.
Number 3, correspondence is Manhattan Avenue.
Huh. Okay.
We already have things on the books about hours of construction, so if the neighbor, they're starting early, they can call us. I wouldn't worry about this one, guys.
Yeah, we have code, our normal code and covenants restrict hours of construction past, on normal times.
Right, okay.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to the bottom of page 16. This is application 20-037 Dingle Bay Enterprises. There is correspondence to the board. It is noted as a letter number 1. Last week, however, the applicant did make a application to withdraw the application. So that was not done at last week's hearing to allow the 1 week for any additional correspondence or comments.
Okay, so, all right. John?
I make a motion on application 20037 that it be withdrawn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Moving on to page 17, the application is 20-057. I'm showing that it's still pending fire marshal. That will remain reserved. Moving on to page 18 and 19, the applications are 20-004A and 20-004B. This, the board will recall, are 2 substandard lots. They currently exist as lots with their own address and tax map number. So it is not one parcel, it is two separate parcels. However, at one time, they were held in common ownership. So there has been a merger through a merger of substandard lots as per town code. And that is why the applicant was coming to this board to request a formal subdivision.
Needed.
And there are several pieces of correspondence in the board's packet from neighbors. There are emails that have been received. And then there is a letter from the applicant's attorney, Nicole Blanda, addressing those issues. So I don't know if the board wanted to take time to read all of those prior to moving the application or making a decision.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We should look at that first.
Very good. That will remain reserved. Okay. With that, we will move on to your final page of the agenda was listing all of your correspondence. You are asked to please accept the minutes of June 25th.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of June 25th.
Second.
Abstain.
Thank you. And you are asked to please review the minutes of July 9th. And that concludes this evening's agenda.
Okay. Good agenda.
All right.
Would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Where do we put?
Everybody.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Colleen, can I ask you a quick question on the minutes? Hey, Colleen,
Unmute.